Hey y'all, Lois with Ellie Grace's Attic here. I'm back at the art table, ready to do some crafting. I hope you all had a happy new year, a very Merry Christmas. I am sad to see our break end. It was so nice to spend time with family and hang out and just get that good quality time. It's my love language. So it was so wonderful to just have that downtime at the end of the year with my family. But I am super excited about all the things God's going to do in 2025, craft wise, business wise, all the things that He's got going for us, that He's got planned for us. I'm super excited to just step into that, believe in Him for great things for me, for my family, for you guys as well. But we're going to kick it off. My first official craft of the year is going to be a Valentine's candy dish, I think. We're going to attempt it. Let me grab my scissors real quick. We are going to start off. This is just a nice little candle holder I got from the Dollar Tree, $1.25, and a glass candlestick also from Dollar Tree, $1.25. So I'm going to go ahead and snip this off. And we're going to get started by gluing this together. I've got some E6000 and we are going to, well, let me get this sticker off the bottom. Hopefully it peels clean, which is my pet peeve. Okay, I'm back. The label did not come off clean. Such a big pet peeve for me. I feel like in 2025, like all labels should just be able to pull at one corner and go like, and no residue. I feel like that should be a thing, okay, in this day and age. But anywho, it did not come off clean. It involved this razor that I have, and then I had to go downstairs, use hot water and an SOS pad to get the residue off, and then of course dry it completely. I've got the little tag snipped off of this guy, and so I saw somewhere on the interwebs that if you use Elmer glue and a couple of drops of food coloring, and you can paint glass and it'll give it like a sea glass effect. So that's what we're going to attempt to do today. And then I'm going to glue it together, these two pieces together, with E6000, which you can get at, I got this one at the Dollar Tree. Anywhere craft items are sold, you should be able to find this. It's a very handy dandy flexible glue. It's paintable, it dries clear, it's super strong, and I have done metal, glass, wood, all the things with this. Okay, so this is, and it's not very expensive, so this is a good one of those good staples to have on hand. So anywho, let's try this real quick and see what we can come up with. I'm going to put, hopefully this has got glue in it. I just decide to do stuff on a whim and sometimes forget to check. So I'm just going to kind of fill up one of these little wells on my palette with the Elmer's glue. And I've got a mixing dowel somewhere over here. That's not anything technical. It's just a piece of a skewer dowel that I keep to mix with. And I've got some food coloring. I had to buy a separate bottle of red because that's the one that always gets used up when we dye cookies. And I'm going to try, actually I'm going to pour it in the cap first, because sometimes when you try to just get a drop out of the thing, you end up, or I do end up pouring way too much. So I'm just going to put probably a few drops in here, maybe. That was one big one. And two. I'm going for red, obviously, because I want it to be a Valentine's situation. So we're going to go for kind of a red, milky glass. That's kind of a deep red. And we're going to paint and see what happens. Let me grab a napkin. Okay. Let's I'm gonna wipe the end of my dowel off and put that to the side. Let me put the lid back on this red food coloring because, yeah, we're gonna start with this big guy first. Yeah, I would spill it. So I've just got a flat brush situation here, and we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna do this way and go up. It might take, it didn't say how many coats, but it's going on pretty cool. I think I might have to change to a mop brush. I don't know. It's giving me all the lines and I don't like that. Or maybe a sponge. But it's going on kind of milky, which I like. All right, I'm going to go around and I'll be back. All right, I grabbed a sponge instead of the flat brush, and that seems to be working a little bit better. It's going on just a little smoother. The strokes aren't as prominent, which I like. There's still some. And the little lip, the shape of the dish I got is a little challenging, but I'm liking it so far. You'll see how it's kind of just getting that. Oh! All right, I got it back on my hand. That is just real life right there. But yeah, the little lip is a little challenging. Just the shape of the dish that I picked up, but it's still, I think I really like the way it's coming out. So we're about to have to stop and remix, and I'm thinking once it dries, I can probably, this first coat, I can probably come back up over it again. But so far, I really think it's kind of cool. So we're going to do the bottom. I'm going to mix up some more glue, do the bottom, and then we'll come back. Okay, so it took me several minutes of blow drying it, but I got it dry and I think it really came out cool. Now, if you're like me, I was a little concerned because it's not perfect, which don't get me wrong, the quirkiness of things, they don't have to be perfect, but I was like, oh, it looks kind of messy. Like, I don't know that I like it. And you can still, if you look closely, you can, if you look super close, you can see it looks kind of splotchy, but from sitting on the counter or wherever, look how pretty it looks. It really looks like sea glass. It has that frosted effect and it's going to look pretty. Now, don't do what I did, okay, because I got a little concerned and I tried to go back and fix some spots. You'll see how pretty this looks, but when you turn it around, you can see where I tried to fix it. Well, of course, it's glue, so the glue was already semi-dry. It was starting to set, and when I did it, it just made a big smudge, and you'll see. So I dried it and then tried to come back over it. Well, that didn't help either. So the moral is don't freak out if it's not looking perfect, because when it dries, it still gives you this beautiful frosty effect. Which I love, and I think it's going to look good with some Valentine M&Ms in here on my counter. So I'm just going to take my E6000 once I get all that's all done, and I'm just going to kind of ooze it around the top of this candlestick. Okay, now I'm not going to be able to put anything in it. We're going to let it dry for a good 24 hours. So we're going to try to get it as centered as we can. I'm trying to eyeball it. I'm gonna have to stand up. Try to get it centered. You can kind of see through the bottom. Now I did not do the inside. I'm not measuring this. I'm just kind of eyeballing because I can see the candlestick inside. I kind of just got it as close. Oh, it slid. As close to centered as possible on there. And this is our little Valentine's. It looks like a goblet, doesn't it? But it only cost us $2.50. $1.25 for the bottom, $1.25 for the top. At the Dollar Tree, they have all kind of shapes and sizes. They have some different heights of this. Check it out. So it was 2 glass pieces from the Dollar Tree, some food coloring, whatever color you want. I did red for Valentine's, and then some good old Elmer's glue. That's it. And I used a sponge. I started with the brush, but the sponge I felt like put it on a little bit better. And I glued it together with some E6000. So once I get it all filled with some Valentine's candy and styled, I'll take a picture and post it for you guys. Have fun. Happy crafting.